All right, a little late night on the East Coast, at least. Celtics post-game live rapid reaction video. I do like these late night games because I'm up late anyways, so perfect for me. Gives me something to do at this time of night, other than just dick around on Netflix and Sporkle and what have you. Uh, Good win for the Celtics. That's 2 in a row. Always nice to get a win on the road. The Bulls are not great, but they're not terrible. So you beat a decent team on the road, which is what was expected of the Celtics to take care of business. The big story coming into tonight was the return of Jason Tatum, who'd missed the past 2 weeks with COVID. As Mike Gorman and Brian Scalabrine mentioned on the broadcast, if you were watching the local broadcast, he did look noticeably skinnier. That seems to be what happens when you have COVID, that you lose a little weight. Obviously, you can't work out as regularly. You can't go into the team facilities. And, it's a fever. It's a flu. So you get sick. And when you get sick, you sweat. And when you sweat, you lose weight. So it makes sense. But other than looking a little bit skinnier, he looked fantastic. Tatum finished with 24 points on the night, 5 assists, 4 rebounds, basically right where he left off before he came down with COVID, which was really good to see. His energy looked good. He didn't look fatigued at all, which is obviously what you would be most concerned about after not playing for 2 weeks. He had all of his usual tricks going. The handle looked good. The shot looked good. He was driving to the basket. And on that note, I do want to say the Celtics team, when Tatum and Brown drive to the basket, when that's the game plan that they are concerned about, we are going to make sure we force the issue and get to the basket, the Celtics team becomes so much better and so much more dangerous to play against. Tatum and Brown driving the ball creates so much offense, more offense for the rest of the guys, for guys who can spot up, shoot. You saw that with Aaron Nesmith tonight. You saw it towards the end with Grant Williams, who finally did something positive for the first time in a couple of weeks tonight. Tice, you saw it hit a 3 too. I mean, everybody on the team who could shoot a little bit has so much room to hit a 3 if Tatum and Brown decide to drive to the basket. Now, to Brown's credit, he's done that all season long. He's done a tremendous job forcing the issue, using his inherent strength and athleticism to take the ball to the rim and either finish at the cup or dish it out for an open 3-point shooter. Tatum's been a little less willing to do that, in part because he's so good at sort of putting the ball on the floor and being able to get those little fadeaways not too far from the basket, so he doesn't feel like he has to go to the rim to get his, to score. But when he does, he's just such a better player, and the Celtics are a better team when they have their 2 stars making a concerted effort to drive the ball to the hoop. They did that pretty well tonight. The Bulls hung around for a while. They really didn't let the Celtics get away with blowing them out, and that's sort of a good thing, a good test for the Celtics. In some regards, a better team might be able to pull off a full comeback like that. The Bulls just don't have the firepower to be able to do it, but the Celtics did a nice enough job holding them off. Really good game for Marcus Smart tonight. 13 points, 11 assists. Was doing everything defensively, making some. All of his assists are like behind the back passes. It's pretty wild. He's really developed into a terrific point guard, making really good decisions with his passes and finding guys for either open shots or finding guys in the lane for open layups or dunks. He's really developed that skill as he's gone year after year in the NBA, becoming much more of an efficient distributor of the basketball. I liked what I saw. I think this may have been Aaron Nesmith, the Celtics' top pick in this year's draft. His best game as a pro. He hit 3 of 5 from 3 for 9 points. Looked confident shooting the ball. You could see why teams were high on him in the draft for his ability to shoot. He did shoot 50% from 3 in college, and you saw some of that stroke tonight. And that's big for the Celtics going forward. They can have Nesmith come off the bench and be a knockdown 3-point shooter. That suddenly gives them a new dimension off their bench, scoring-wise, that they haven't had before. If I'm going to get into the negative stuff that I almost always get into, because I like to, I can't get too high on any sort of win. Tristan Thompson continues to not be super impressive. He didn't even attempt a shot tonight. He did have 10 rebounds, but 17 minutes on the floor without attempting a shot as a starter is a little rough. Tice played an excellent game, so nothing negative to say about him there. He's really upped his game the past week and a half, 2 weeks. So credit to Daniel Tice for getting out of that slump he was in to start the season. 3 blocks for him tonight. Very impressive. Ojale, not a good game for him tonight. Rob Williams was disappointing tonight. 10 minutes, no points. Only took 1 shot. Looked a little bit fatigued out there. Carson Edwards, okay. I thought Javonte Green, pretty good. Hit a big 3 that sort of turned the tide for the Celtics to stem a Chicago run. So overall, not too much to complain about. Nice to get a second straight win after losing 3 in a row. You got to, make up for that. And the Celtics are back at it supposedly on Wednesday, though the game in San Antonio seems to be a question mark right now for COVID reasons, not because of the Celtics for once, but because of the Spurs. We will see if that game happens or not. It's being floated out on Twitter that the Celtics, if it gets canceled, could potentially play the Bulls again because they do owe them a game that got canceled earlier in the season. So we will see what happens. But either way, I am not going anywhere. I will be right here reacting to whether it's a game against the Spurs, a game against the Bulls, or a game against nobody. I'll just go on and react to a fake game. I'll simulate something on 2K. I don't care. I'll do it. Don't tempt me. Thanks, everybody, for watching. Remember to give me a thumbs up and subscribe if you haven't already. Remember to tell everybody about the channel. Comment. I will comment back. And if I knew how to bake, I would send you cookies or something. But I don't, so I won't. Thanks, everybody, again. Hope you enjoyed the game tonight. And I will talk to you on Wednesday. See ya.